What's going on, guys? My name is William Doria, millionaire real estate investor and financially free before 33. If you have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. We talk about financial freedom, your money, and my favorite subject, real estate. If you have not already received your $1,200 stimulus check and you're wondering what's going on, are they going to run out of money? What's the deal? That's what we're here to talk about. All right, let's jump into it. Over 80 million Americans have already received their stimulus check as of last week. Now that leaves 70 million Americans have not. Are you one of those 70 million? I know a lot of people that are. Okay, the government has broken this down into two different groups. The first group to receive the payments will be those who received VA benefits, SSI benefits, SSDI benefits, and railroad benefits. The second group will be receiving based solely on adjusted gross income. Now, I know there's a lot of people confused on exactly what adjusted gross income is. So let's go over that really quickly. Adjusted gross income is your total year income minus any deductions or credits that you may have. Lists of deductions can be found on your IRS standard form 1040. Be sure to contact your tax consultant to verify your adjusted gross income. Okay, so railroad and SSDI can expect to receive their check early May, week of the 4th. Some in this group have already received payments. For VA payments, if you are a veteran and you are receiving any type of compensation for the VA, unfortunately, there is no set date as of now when you'll be receiving your funds. The IRS is still working on that. So as of this video, I cannot find any dates that the IRS is releasing these funds. If you are a VA veteran and you have received your funds, please comment below and let me know so I can update this video. Also, 5 million paper checks will be mailed out per week by the IRS. This group includes those who did not or don't have direct deposit info through the IRS for whatever reason. You'll be getting a paper check in the mail. It will not be coming to you in direct deposit if you haven't got it already. No check already, expect paper check in the mail is basically where we're at on that. However, you may receive a direct deposit still if your tax return has been filed but not looked at by the IRS yet. We know that they're very backed up. If they do get to looking at that, all your direct deposit information is in, you still may actually be getting a direct deposit in the bank. So just keep an eye out for that and keep that in mind. Following payment schedule for the IRS paper checks are as following. Now keep this in mind, 3 to 5 business days to process the mail. So for people that make, for single family filers only, for $10,000 a year or less, your paper check will be going out on April 24th. If you make between $10,000 and $20,000 a year, your paper check will be going out May 1st. If you make between $20,000 and $30,000 a year, your paper check will be going out May 8th. Between $30,000 and $40,000 a year will go out on May 15th. Between $40,000 and $50,000, May 22nd. Between $50,000 and $60,000, May 29th. Between $60,000 and $70,000, June 5th. Between $70,000 and $80,000, June 12th. And we're going to get to joint filers in just a minute. All single filers will be paid by mid-June 2020. Keep that in mind. So if you have not got it by then, we're going to get into that later in this video. You may be one of the recipients or non-recipients that are not going to be receiving the stimulus money at all. And we'll go over why in a minute. Joint income below single filer. That means if your joint income is below that of a single filer, for instance, you make $60,000 a year jointly. However, there's a single filer that makes $70,000 a year. You as a joint filer should still receive your money before the single filer, being that you're joint filing less than the single filer actually makes. So if you're a joint filer and your income is below that of a single filer, you still may receive it before the single filer does in the first place. Okay, for joint filing, the payment schedule is as follows. If you make jointly between $80,000 and $90,000 per year, you will be receiving your paper check in the mail by June 19th. If you make between $90,000 and $100,000 a year, you will be getting a paper check in the mail by June 26th. If you make between $100,000 and $110,000, you'll be getting your paper check in the mail. It'll be mailed by July 3rd. If you make between $110,000 and $120,000, it'll be July 10th. If you make between $120,000 and $130,000, it'll be July 17th. If you make between $130,000 and $140,000 jointly, it'll be July 24th. Between $140,000, $150,000, July 31st. Now, if you've already heard your information, hang tight because I got some additional stuff here at the end of this video that you may want to hear, okay? We're getting to it in a minute. You make between $150,000 and $160,000 a year. Be August 7th. $160,000 to $170,000 a year. File jointly. Be August 14th. If you make between $170,000 and $180,000 per year, August 21st. $180,000 to $190,000 a year. Be August 28th. And between $190,000 and $198,000, which is the current cap, you will be getting by September 4th. Now, any joint filers that are remaining that have not been paid that are still eligible will be getting their check mailed by September 11th, 2020. That is the final checks going out for anybody that still should be getting the check. They have not got the check for whatever reason. Okay, remember, the IRS schedule is always subject to change. See website for current updates. I'll give you that in just a minute. Could stimulus money run out? Small answer is no. The stimulus money is specifically put aside for all Americans that are eligible. We'll go over eligibility in just a second. So the stimulus money is not going to run out. If you don't get it for many, many months, you're still going to get it if you're supposed to get it in the first place. So hang tight. You don't have to worry about that. Now, small business plans did run out of money as of April 16th. And they just signed a new bill for a new stimulus plan to re-up that. So we'll see where that goes. Now, how can you get your details to the IRS? According to the Motley Fool, the IRS has created a simple online website you can use to track the status of your payment and to update your bank information. The same site also allows you to submit the financial info needed to get your check if you did not file a return in 2018 or 2019. To find out if there's still time to update your bank info, visit this site, and I'm going to give it to you in just a minute, and click on Get My Payment option. If your payment shows as pending or processed, you cannot change your bank details anymore. It's too late. If it doesn't, however, you have the option to provide your updated info if things have changed since your last tax return was filed. If you have not filed a return at all and do not get a Social Security or Railroad retirement benefits, visit the same site, but click on Non-Filers. Enter payment info here. Provide information on your dependents and your income to prove eligibility for the coronavirus stimulant to allow the IRS to determine the amount you're owed and to tell them where to send your money. Now, the website you need to go to for this is very, very simple. Website is, that's my 2-year-old son, is www.irs.gov/coronavirus. I'm going to say that one more time. www.irs.gov/coronavirus. Like I said, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. I help feed my 2-year-old with that. So, okay. And this is important. 3 reasons you may not get a stimulus check no matter what you do. Here are the 3 reasons, guys. If you do not think you're going to get a stimulus check or you're not sure, if you fall in this category, probably don't be expecting one in the first place. If your income is too high, now what do I mean by too high? If you're a single filer, you'll get a full stimulus payment if your after gross income, your AGI, doesn't exceed for a single filer $75,000 per year. For a head of household, be $112,500 per year. And if you're married filed jointly, does not exceed $150,000 per year. Now, there's good news for you though if you make a little bit more than that. Good news is you'll get a partial stimulus payment if your adjusted gross income is, for single filers, under $99,000, for head of household is under $136,500, and for married filed jointly is under $198,000. So you will not get the full payment, but you will get partial. But you also will not receive a stimulus check. There's two more here. If you're an adult who's claimed as a dependent by somebody else. Also, this is the last one. If you're married to somebody without a social security number. Okay, this is what the Motley Fool says. An estimated 1.2 million immigrants are married to U.S. citizens. But if you are in a marriage where only one of you have a social security number, both you and your spouse will be barred from receiving a stimulus payment. That's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I am new to YouTube and I'm going to be producing content often. Now, if you're interested in retiring early, and I mean way before 65, guys, I have a plan that I put together that works. I'm not selling anything. Put together that works for me, and I want to show you how I did it. So hopefully it can work for you. Guys, I got out of the rat race at 32 years old. Financially free, don't have to take on another job for the rest of my life if I don't want to. But you know what? I want to. I enjoy it. I want to help others. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, have any comments, write them below. I'll do my best to answer them. Other than that, stay safe, guys. Thanks.